group of women that were here and they're wishing to withdraw consent to use the footage that you had, I guess, gotten. So can you please make sure that is done and make sure that any of the stuff that they have...
We may or we may not use the footage. It is a public area, so we do have legal rights to use the footage.
But you interviewed them specifically, right? So
yes, and they gave us consent to interview them.
Well, now they're withdrawing it, so...
That's not how it works, but...
Which is interesting given the event that you're at, right? That's a little bit contradictory.
What do you mean it's a little bit contradictory?
Well, if
I totally say that's not how it works.
Well,
you can't just withdraw consent the next,
Well, that's interesting.
Why is that interesting?
It's just I don't know.
No. Tell me.
A rally for rapists, consent and drawing consent, saying no means no. They're saying no, and you're saying
Okay, so if someone gives consent the night before, and then they have listen. If they have sex with a man and they give consent to him, then the next day decide, oh, I regret it. I'm going to report him for being a rapist, even though I gave him consent. You're saying that's okay?
What is up with dudes today? Dudes! Guys, men, male figures, people that are your friends that have penises. When did it become okay for a guy to allow a girl on a date to split the tab? When? What happened to chivalry? Call the locksmith! That was for men in tights. It had nothing to do with chivalry. Where did it go? I went on a date, I think it was a date, might have just been a hangout because the line is so blurred. I went on a date with somebody and I threw my card down towards the end because that's the polite thing to do when you're a girl, and the polite thing to do when you're a guy is to not accept my card. Why don't guys know that that's the thing? I know that it's weird that we play a couple of different games with them, which is don't open the door for us, we got it ourselves, but open the door for us. Why aren't dads of America teaching their little tiny nuggets how to treat a lady? Guys, do you have deal breakers? I hate that I'm even saying deal breaker. Sorry, that was offensive. I feel like there are no deal breakers for girls because most girls that I know have a job, are working hard, are pretty, they try hard, they do whatever they can to make the guy that they're dating happy, but men? No! It's like the plague when they have the ability to impress a woman. Talk to my neighbor, my handsome neighbor that I once kissed on the face that we don't talk about. He took a lady to the Book of Mormon, expensive, cocktails, expensive, then dinner, I think might have happened before that. He checked out at a $700 bill. What? I can't even get a guy to buy me a Peroni. That's a delightful beer. If you're 21, don't drink it if you're not 21. I have no idea what the solution is. Do we ask the dads of future generations to educate their sons on how to take care of a lady? Or do we just assume that everybody that you date is going to lowball you until you meet a handsome Persian man willing to buy you bottle service? Which I'm totally accepting offers for. You have to put a little bit of effort in, guys. You have to. This red lipstick, that's me putting effort in. Yeah, sometimes it gets on my teeth. So what? I have beaver teeth. That's probably not that attractive, which is probably why I don't get very many boys.
Donc tout d'abord, je tiens à remercier Fabien Varlet pour m'avoir choisi pour ce défi. Donc si je vais sauter aujourd'hui, c'est pour prouver à tous les hommes qui n'ont pas choisi de filles ou de femmes pour ce défi que les femmes aussi ont assez de courage pour sauter dans l'eau et ont assez de cran. Voilà. Bon, quand je parle de sauter dans l'eau, c'est pas un petit orteil, hein, mesdames, c'est sauter entière dans l'eau comme des hommes. Voilà, j'en profite aussi pour faire passer un message. Si je saute aujourd'hui, c'est aussi pour lutter contre les inégalités hommes-femmes qui persistent dans notre société actuelle. Donc à mon tour, je dois choisir 3 personnes qui vont devoir sauter dans l'eau, sinon elles vont devoir me payer le restaurant. Donc forcément, ces 3 personnes seront des femmes, comme je suis là pour défendre les femmes. Donc ces 3 personnes seront Élise Bove, Elodie Darras et Julia Minet.
So what happens when you say alleged rape and rape actually does happen? What are we doing when we treat women like that? I don't understand.
You can't put someone in prison if you haven't proven them guilty of something.
So then how do we prove everyone guilty of stuff? How do we prove everyone guilty of stuff? How do we prove everyone guilty of stuff?
I don't want to live on this planet anymore.
There are convictions, there are charges. When you say alleged rape, you're not believing the victim of said rape. You know, we put alleged as a word.
So are you saying that we should just believe women right away when they say they've been raped?
We have to believe any rape victim.